Good morning, Blue Wave surfers. Dan Jennings here with a Blue Wave Report Dan splaining. So this week, Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader, made what many consider to be one of the dumbest statements in the history of our democracy, suggesting that the states should be allowed to go bankrupt. He's kind of hinting at here that the blue states are economically irresponsible while the red states aren't, which we all know isn't true because we all know that the economy does better when there's a Democrat in the White House than a Republican. It's statistical fact. Senator McTurtle, I invite you to go look up those numbers. However, we will get to why it is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard in a minute. But first, I want to call out the mainstream media here, because none of them and mind you, they love to speculate. They love to have pundits and experts on to analyze every last syllable of a statement. Let me tell you exactly why Mitch McConnell's saying this. Because if the states go bankrupt, they can bust all their unions. Teachers' unions, healthcare unions, public service unions, public safety unions. Gone. The contracts are gone. The pensions are gone. And it sets back the unions in this country. Well, it doesn't set them back. It's probably a fatal blow. Let's be honest. So that is his reasoning behind this. Because think about it. If you break the unions, there's more money for the 1%. His motives are transparent. Why the media can't pick up on this, I have no idea. But they're complicit with it. So now let's get to why it's absolutely stupid. Senator McTurtle. I'm not an economist. I don't play one on TV. But think about this for a second. In a time where we are experiencing unprecedented numbers of additions to the unemployment rolls, you are suggesting to let the states go bankrupt, which would cause tens of millions of more people to be unemployed. The budget cuts that would be caused by this would reflect in massive layoffs in the public service sector, to our teachers, to our safety personnel, to our healthcare workers, and many others. You Republicans love to talk about trickle-down economics. What happens when tens of millions of public employees are laid off because their states are bankrupt? Let me tell you what happens. They don't have money to buy anything, or to pay their rent, or to pay their utilities. When are you idiots in the GOP going to get this through your head? Trickle-down economics is a fucking joke, and it will destroy the world economy eventually. Because here's what happens. People have no money. They don't buy anything. And guess what happens to your profits and your dividends and your stock buybacks and your CEO pay? That's what happens, as my son would say. Trickle-up economics, however, I've got extra money. I'm going to go to a restaurant, or maybe buy a new car, or take the wife and kids to Disney. Who knows? But I'm going to use it. And guess what happens? Eventually, that money multiplies as it goes up the food chain, and you get it anyway. Your problem isn't just greed. It's the fact that you're playing real-life Pokemon, and you've got to catch them all. But like Veruca Salt, you want an Oompa Loompa now, Daddy. You have no patience. It's not enough for you to have it all. You have to have it all now, and nobody else can have any. So, Senator McTurtle, go ahead. Put it to the floor. Let the states go bankrupt. Just don't come crying to me when people have pitchforks and tiki torches outside your home in Kentucky. For the Blue Wave Report, I'm Dan Jennings. Be safe, be well, and let's disinfect the White House on November 3rd with the power of the vote. Have a good day, everybody.